on the beautiful campus of Rochester Christian University and inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. This is Warriors basketball on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Stephen MacDonald here with you saying hello everyone and welcome to our broadcast as the Rochester Christian Warriors host the Lambton College Lions. This will be the third consecutive year that these two teams have met inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. The Warriors a year ago, a big 116-59 win in this series matchup. The Warriors that afternoon shot 19 of 34 from three-point range, good for 56% on the game. They also had a big advantage in the rebounding category, plus 20 in total rebounds, including 14 offensive rebounds in that one. We'll see what this edition of the series between the Warriors and the Lions has for us this afternoon. Our pregame coverage from inside of Garth Pleasant Arena rolls on, counting you down to tip-off on the RC Sports Network. Welcome back inside of Garth Pleasant Arena, counting you down to tip-off between the Lambton Lions and the Rochester Christian Warriors. Stephen MacDonald here with you on our RC Sports Network pregame show. Our players to watch in this matchup on the side for the Lions, it'll be Jerry Wilson, number 4, had 16 points in 29 minutes a year ago on this very court against the Warriors. Comes in averaging just under 20 points per game on the year through 4 games, attempting just a touch under 13 field goals per contest so far. On the other side for the Warriors, our player to watch is Brody Parker, had 19 points, going 5 of 6 from three-point range in this game a year ago in just 18 minutes played. A week ago in the exhibition opener against Oakland, had 18 points that night. Again, tip-off coming your way just about 5 minutes from now. It's the Lambton Lions and the Rochester Christian Warriors on the RC Sports Network pregame show.
What I've learned the most from golf is to have integrity in everything you say and do.
One of the biggest lessons of that sports impacts my daily life is discipline. Be a champion of character, it just means to realize first that you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Being a part of NAIA is something that I'm going to keep with me forever because it's not only made me a better athlete, but it's made me a better person.
The NAIA really just cares about their student athletes and just the experience in general at the school, and I think that's really important.
The NAIA stands for, has great core values. One that's most important to me is servant leadership. Being able to serve your community is a huge reason why I chose the NAIA.
I am a champion of character.
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 The value of champions of character across all institutions is a message that we can all get behind.
The purpose behind Champions of Character is to have that student-athlete experience be one of growth.
Men's basketball on campus, we make sure that we give back with a smile and with a purpose.
Our goal as coaches is for our players to leave being better men, better husbands, better fathers, and better members in their community.
NAIA is Champions of Character.
Opening tip-off just about 3 minutes from now inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. Counting you down to tip-off between the Warriors and the Lambton Lions. Lions will be without a couple players here this afternoon, including Albin Gashi, Alex Yaboa, Javante Griffith, and Tutu Jangadi. Some regulars in the rotation for the Lions, apparently not able to make the trip here today. Get some starting lineups for both sides. For the Lions, it'll be Jerry Wilson, who was our player to watch for the Lions earlier on in our pregame coverage. He'll be out there with Corey King, Jackson Hallward, Tyler Grevers, and Owen Newell. That'll be the starting five for the Lions here today. On the other side for the Warriors, it'll be the same as it was a weekend ago. Brody Parker, Dustin Farrow, Brett White, Gunnar Walters, and the big man James Fisher. We'll step aside one final time from Garth Pleasant Arena here on the RC Sports Network pregame show. Tip-off between the Lions and the Warriors is coming up next.
Conference and the NAIA are committed to maintaining the true spirit of competition in athletics. As such, please do your part by showing respect to every spectator, athlete, coach, and official involved in today's game. At this time, we ask that you would please stand and remove your hats for our pregame prayer. Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the game we are about to play. Give each one of us the courage to play this game in a manner by which our words and our actions are pleasing to you. Let us enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship with respect for the members of the opposing team. We ask you, Father, to bless each one of us, especially the coaches, officials, parents, and players. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us be aware of his presence with us in this game. Amen. Please remain standing for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem, followed by the United States National Anthem. Starters first, from our visitors from Lambton College, wearing number 4, Jerry Wilson. Number 9, Corey King. Number 22, Jackson Howard. Number 31, Tyler Creepers. And number 35, Owen Newell. Your coaches today, Joe Spatafor, Jesse Stewart, and Brian Howard.
Well, there you have it. Pre-game wrapped up down on the floor inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. That is the word from our public address announcer, Mark Stowers. Stephen McDonald here with you on the RC Sports Network. Starting lineups for both teams as we're just about set to jump it up. It'll be Jerry Wilson, Corey King, Jackson Hallward, and Owen Newell, the guards, and Tyler Grevers, the forward for the Lions. On the other side for the Warriors, it's Brody Parker, Dustin Farrow, Brett White, and Gunnar Walters are the guards, and James Fisher will jump it up. Tip is controlled by the Warriors, and we are underway. First time we're seeing the Warriors in a week open their season as there's a lob inside for Fisher. He'll go in and lay it in through traffic for two. Last time the Warriors were in action, took on Division I Oakland University in what was an excellent homecoming night for the Warriors. They get the scoring started. Three on the other side by the Lions. Clangs off the rim by Wilson. Kick it outside. Brett White wants a three. Got the three. White picking up right where he left off last Saturday, had 31 points in the game against Oakland, going 5 of 9 from the outside. He's already 1 of 1, and we're only a minute into this one. Float it topside for Wilson. Crosses over with 5 to shoot. Tumbling goes Dustin Farrow. They call a kick ball on number 8 in the white. Farrow in the game against Oakland actually tied Fisher for a team-high 7 rebounds in his collegiate debut. Send it outside and straight away for Hallward. Hallward's going to drive on White, floats, and fills it. Tough shot by Hallward, gets it to fall. Averaging 15 minutes a game so far this year, has played in every game so far. Parker, long three, and it's through. Brody Parker was our player to watch in our pregame coverage, mentioned in this game a year ago, went 5 of 6 from three-point range. And just like Brett White a moment ago gets a three as White gets the steal. 3 on 2 the other way, drops it off to Fisher, who lost the handle. He was fouled. Check that. They'll say it's a foul on Fisher for a charge. First team foul. First foul going either side in our contest. There's 17:50 to go in the first half. Wilson steps into a three, splash. Parker pivots, gets bumped and fouled. Lambton shoots it pretty well from three, 38% through their first 4 games so far this year. Here's Walters. Walters had 10 assists in this matchup a year ago. White hangs, got caught up in air, tried to drop it off to Fisher. Stepping through, and that's an offensive foul on Corey King. That'll be the first on King. Whistling a foul as Walters tried to turn back towards the middle. Got grabbed in the act of doing so. Baseline inbound for the Warriors. He'll send it all the way out high for Parker. Tend to shoot for the Warriors as they go straight away for Walters. Gets it over to Parker, who wants to drive, leans back, knocks it down. Strong fadeaway jump shot from the baseline by Brody Parker. And you can tell with the confidence he went up with, he's made that shot a time or two in his career. Send it over to King for three, and he rips the net. Two out of three from the outside to begin for the Lambton Lions. King has a couple of those. Check that first basket for King. The other was by Jerry Wilson. On the other side for the Warriors, Brody Parker with 5, Brett White with 3. And James Fisher now with 4. Wilson, long, 2, knocks it down. Wilson showing off that shooter's touch early. Mentioned in our pregame coverage, had 16 points in this matchup last season. He comes in averaging almost 20 per game already this year as Fisher bangs down low, turns off glass for 2. Fisher quickly up to 6 points, has not missed from the floor. Into the corner it goes, 3 is up on the way, ring it in. Grevers triples, another 3 for the Lions, again shooting 38% from 3 so far on the young season. Hallward hit with the foul, his first. That'll be the team's 4th. Brody Parker continues his hot start. That's another 3 for the Warriors. Their lead pushed back out to 4 with 14:52 to go here in the first half. In fact, the Warriors have not missed from the floor yet. They're 7 out of 7 and 3 for 3 from three-point range. On the other side, the Lions 5 out of 6 overall, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. We hit the under 16 media timeout, 14:52 to go in the first half. It's the Warriors by 4 on your home for Warriors basketball.
What I've learned the most from golf is to have integrity in everything you say and do.
One of the biggest lessons of that sports impacts my daily life is discipline.
Be a champion of character, it just means to realize first that you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Being a part of NAIA is something that I'm going to keep with me forever because it's not only made me a better athlete, but it's made me a better person.
The NAIA really just cares about their student athletes and just the experience in general at the school, and I think that's really important.
The NAIA stands for, has great core values. One that's most important to me is servant leadership. Being able to serve your community is a huge reason why I chose the NAIA.
I am a champion of character.
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 .52 to go first half. Warriors lead it 17-13. Warriors have not missed from the floor yet so far. Brody Parker leads everyone with 8 points. He's knocked down a couple threes. On the other side, Jerry Wilson, 5 points, 1 assist, going 2 of 3 from the floor. He has the basketball now out of the under 16 timeout. working against Brody Parker. Comes off a screen by Grevers. Tries to turn back, works his way middle, and that's blocked. Looked like Fisher got a hand on it. White looked like he wanted the three, instead backs it out, tried to drop it off baseline for Fisher. Through his hands and out of bounds, will go the other way. And now the Warriors going a bit bigger here. They'll sub out the freshman Farrow, bring in Polatoglu, keep James Fisher on the floor. That's the key here, as normally it's those two swapping out for one another, Fisher for Polatoglu, but they're out there together as Wilson does not care, puts it down from downtown. Wilson now with 8, going 2 of 3 from three-point range. And getting tangled up top, that was Brody Parker hitting the floor with Wilson. That'll get Wilson for his second, team's 5th. Fouls piling up already on the Lions. Still 13:55 to go in the half as Walters going to drive, hang, won't go. And the foul's going to go against Polatoglu for going over the top. That'll be the third on Rochester Christian. Their lead after the Wilson 3 at the other end a moment ago has been trimmed to 1. He'll spot up for 3 again, this time too strong off the rim. Into the front court comes Walters. White down the lane, got it swatted. Away with the basketball comes Jerry Wilson. Wilson, a high-volume three-point shooter, as Polatoglu has this one tapped out of bounds. Attempts 7 threes per game. He's already tried 4 here so far. And he knocks down a high percentage of those attempts. Came in just a touch under 52% from 3 so far, again through 4 games.
Checking in for Lambton, number 0, Herb Gary, and number 23, Clayton Burgess.
Clayton Burgess will sub in for the Lions. Burgess, a presence on the defensive end of the floor. He'll match up with Polatoglu. Has 3 blocks in their first 4 games as Fisher tosses outside for Walters. Kicks it outside, Brody for 3. Give me that! Brody Parker cannot miss. 4 for 4 from the game, has 11 points. He's knocked down 3 in a row from the outside. Warriors lead back up to 4 for the moment. 12:35 to go in the half. Hanging won't fall for Corey King. Toss it back out to him. Lost the handle on his way in. Burgess at the shot clock fills it. That ball got tapped loose to Burgess. Had to go up with it and knocked it down in transition. Lambton misses the floater. Would have put them up had they been able to knock it down. Come this way for White. He'll turn, and it pinballs down. Second basket for Brett White. Give him 5 on the day. High arcing 3 off the heel. Rebound down to Polatoglu. Fisher wants to set a screen for Gunnar Walters. Rejected the first and then dishes it inside looking for Fisher. Hook shot won't fall. Rebound corralled by Burgess. Thought about taking the long two, instead works it back outside. Driving and scoring is Owen Newell. Newell against Canadore on October 26th. A solid all-around game as Walters got strips but hang on to it. White for three all alone. Newell 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists and 2 steals in that game on the 26th as White knocks down the three. And the Warriors come away with the basketball. Polatoglu pulled it off the deck. Brody Parker driving in and draws the blocking foul. Brett White, 3 out of 4 to begin play, has 8 points, 1 assist, has knocked down both three-pointers he's tried so far. That gives the Warriors, at the moment, a 4-point edge. But Brody Parker will step to the free throw line. First free throw rips the net.
Into Lambton, number 5, Parker Carruthers, number 21, Brian Avalos. Into the Warriors, number 9, Lucas Brannon.
Lucas Brannon comes in for the Warriors. Parker Carruthers comes in for the Lions. Second free throw does not fall for Brody Parker. 12 points for him, and that is his first miss of the afternoon in any capacity. He'll come in transition, won't get the shot to fall, but again, draws the blocking foul. Warriors are in the bonus because of that previous blocking foul that Brody Parker drew. We've got 10:21 to go in the first half. Warriors by 5 and make it 6 as he knocks down the first.
At the line, number 5, Brody Parker.
Parker already with 13. Had 19 in this matchup a season ago. Could easily hit that before we hit the halftime break. This time goes 2 for 2 at the line, 3 out of 4 to begin. And again, has not missed on a field goal try yet. He's a perfect 4 out of 4. Free throw line jumper too strong by Burgess. Rebound to the Warriors as we hit the halfway point of our first half. Swing it outside for Walters, gets a step, extra pass into the corner it goes. Hanging goes Brannon, can't finish. Tried to follow up his own miss. Slow it down in the front court. Logo 3 off the heel. That was Carruthers on the Lions end. Who else but Brody Parker on the Warriors end for 3. 4 for 4 from 3-point range for Brody Parker. The Lions as a team have knocked down 5 as this one catches air. Ashton Gould comes in for the Warriors. Timeout on the floor with 9:02 to go first half. Warriors by 10 as Brody Parker with 17 points on 5 of 5 shooting. We will step aside on your home for Warriors basketball. Rochester Christian shooting at 73% from the floor to begin. They have not missed a shot from three-point range, going 6 of 6. On the other side for Lambton, 8 of 18 from the floor, 5 out of 11 from three-point range. Brody Parker has 17 points, cannot be stopped here in the first half. There's 9:02 to go in the first. Brett White has 8, James Fisher has 6. On the other side for the Lions, Jerry Wilson has 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. But the next closest to him in the black and blue, Corey King and Clayton Burgess and Tyler Grevers all with 3. Posted up for Ashton Gould, swinging around the arc to Walters. Polatoglu has it poked out of bounds. Looks like we'll stay at this end with 9 to shoot. Walters to trigger on the inbound. Gets it out to Brannon. They'll get over to Brody Parker with 3 to shoot. Stutter steps, has to put up a shot. Turns at the shot clock buzzer, and that's the first miss for Brody Parker. Excellent defense on that series by the Lions. Into the corner, trying to back his way in on Gould. Leans back and draws the foul. Herb Gary, the 6'4" forward, will head to the free throw line. First free throws for the Lions. First one does go. Foul goes on Ashton Gould, his first, team's 4th. One more for Herb Gary at the free throw line. He splashes in both. Gets it down to an 8-point differential with 8:05 to go in the first half. Couple subs getting ready to check in for the Warriors on the next stoppage in play. Driving, lay-in good by Gunnar Walters. That's an excellent feed, heads-up play by Stavros Polatoglu. Fading back, too strong by the Lions. Held it in, did Lucas Brannon. Brannon, a freshman out of Toronto. Tried to cut down towards the baseline. Walters threw it away in his direction. That'll send us to the under 8 media timeout. 7:25 to go in the first half. The Warriors lead by 10. We will step aside from Garth Pleasant Arena on the Rochester Christian Sports Network.
The value of champions' character across all institutions is a message that we can all get behind.
The purpose behind Champions of Character is to have that student-athlete experience be one of growth.
Men's basketball on campus, we make sure that we give back with a smile and with a purpose.
Our goal as coaches is for our players to leave being better men, better husbands, better fathers, and better members in their community.
NAIA is Champions of Character.
Welcome back on the RC Sports Network. Stephen McDonald here with you. Warriors lead it by 10, 7:25 to go in the first half. Rochester Christian shooting at 12 of 17 to begin play. They have not missed from the outside, going 6 out of 6. Lambton 8 of 19 shooting. A very solid 5 of 11 from the outside, good for 45.5%. And even with the Warriors in the bonus, haven't seen a ton of free throws shot in this one so far, just a combined 6 free throw attempts by these two teams. Back to the action out of the under 8 media timeout. Those subs for the Warriors did come in at that last stoppage as the corner pocket three is off. Fisher gets the rebound off the floor. He was one of those subs. Dustin Farrow was the other. Gould driving outside to Walters. Still 15 to shoot for the Warriors. Brannon to the free throw line, stops, turns, won't go as it was blocked, but it was blocked into the hands of James Fisher, and he lays it up and in. Fisher has 8. Lambton able to keep it within 10 for much of this first half. Floating and scoring goes Ashton Gould. Strong, confident take that time by the freshman out of Frazier. Going baseline, tried to kick it back outside. Only problem is Dustin Farrow was in the passing lane. Warriors by 11, a chance to tack on. Walters down the lane, going baseline. Doesn't get the shot to fall, but a whistle and a foul with 5:45 to go. Herb Gary tagged with the foul. Free throw does not go for Walters. That'll be the first foul on Gary. Warriors were already in the bonus. One more coming for Walters at the line. Too strong on the second. Offensive rebound. Fisher finds a basket-cutting lay-in for Dustin Farrow. So the Warriors on that trip still come away with 2. 3 is through for Jerry Wilson. That'll put Wilson in double figures with 11. 3 out of 5 from the outside. Posted up for Fisher. Draws a crowd, has it slapped away. In transition, floating and scoring. A.J. Edwards knocks it down. Back to an 8-point game, and that was a confident take by A.J. Edwards. It was a 1-on-3, but he got it to go. 3 at the other end by Walters doesn't fall. Lambton a chance, still with 4:40 to go in the half, can cut into this deficit a bit. Looks like Jerry Wilson directing traffic a bit. Coming out to set a screen was Grevers. Getting all the way to the baseline, but traveling with it was A.J. Edwards. We've got 4:28 to go in the first half. 39-31, Warriors in the lead. The Lambton Lions hanging around here from Garth Pleasant Arena. We'll step aside on the Rochester Christian Sports Network.
What I've learned the most from golf is to have integrity in everything you say and do.
One of the biggest lessons of that sports impacts my daily life is discipline.
Be a champion of character. It just means to realize first that you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Being a part of NAIA is something that I'm going to keep with me forever because it's not only made me a better athlete, but it's made me a better person.
The NAIA really just cares about their student athletes and just the experience in general at the school, and I think that's really important.
The NAIA stands for, has great core values. One that's most important to me is servant leadership. Being able to serve your community is a huge reason why I chose the NAIA.
I am a champion of character.
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 Reset things a bit for you here. 4.5 to go in the half. Warriors 39, Lambton 31. Ashton Gould, Brody Parker, Dustin Farrow, Brett White, James Fisher on the floor for the Warriors. Wilson, Edwards, Hallward, Grevers, and Newell, the 5 for the Lions. Brett White for 3. Can't get it to fall. Edwards pushing the issue in transition a bit. Knocked down a transition floater a couple minutes ago. Taking, and that was blocked by Fisher, just pinned it off the backboard. Parker on the accelerator, outside for Brett White. Spirals, free throw line, splash. Left a man in his wake as he slammed on the brakes at the elbow. Rise and fire free throw line, and the lead is back out to 10. 3.5 to go. Into the corner, Edwards for 3, comes up short. Picked out of the air by Dustin Farrow. Give the assist on that last jumper by Brett White to Brody Parker. That's his first assist of the day. 17 points, 3 rebounds, and now 1 helper. Fisher at the free throw line, knocks down the first. First free throw attempt of the day for James Fisher. 7th team free throw so far. Warriors 4 out of 7 at the free throw line. Just 2 out of 2 for Lambton at the other side. He'll knock down both. Wilson left alone for 3. This time doesn't get it to drop. Fisher tried to get out to contest that jump shot. Walters hanging and scoring. Acrobatic finish, went up and around in traffic. Makes it look easy, but that takes a lot of body control to get that kind of shot to drop. Long 2 on the way, rattles off by Clayton Burgess. Warriors can't extend the lead. Floater in tight on the baseline by Brody Parker. Line drive at the other end goes for Corey King. 2:15 to go in the half. Stephen McDonald here with you. Game 1 of our doubleheader, as reversing and scoring goes Dustin Farrow. Game 1 of 2 on the afternoon between the Warriors and the Lions. The women's game will tip off just about 30 minutes or so after the conclusion of this one. Wilson for 3, ring it in. Wilson has been tough to beat from the outside. Parker tries a 3 at the other end, won't go. That's his first miss from 3-point range today, now 4 out of 5. 5 out of 8 overall on the game for Brody Parker. Lambton, with 1:20 to go in the half, has a chance to get it back inside of 10, which is where they've been for almost the entire half. Wilson thought about the three, instead goes into the corner. That's off the heel. Rebound tapped and controlled by Brett White. And I'll tell you what, had Wilson pulled up from that spot, I don't think many people would have blamed him, as Fisher stops, hooks, and hits. Because it's been that kind of half for Jerry Wilson, 4 of 7 from the outside. But this time passed it up, lob it inside, lay in good by Owen Newell, just left all alone, saw the opportunity and drove in. About a 3-second difference between clocks. Lambton will have to do something with this possession, as they've got 10 to shoot, about 13 to go in the half. Here's King, swings it outside for Hallward, won't get it to go. 5 seconds to go for Brett White, crosses half court. Warriors can get a shot away, and that will not go. Brett White heaves at the buzzer, comes up short. Our halftime score, the Warriors 49 and the Lions 38. We'll take a timeout as we hit the halftime break. Come back in just a moment with some halftime stats on the other side. Halftime inside of Garth Pleasant Arena on the RC Sports Network. Warriors lead it 49-38 at the break. Some stats from that first 20 minutes of play. Warriors shoot at 63% in the first half, 19 of 30 from the floor, and a scorching 6 out of 9 from three-point range. Lambton has done their best despite that to stick around. They go 8 out of 18 from three-point range on their end. Brody Parker, a game-high 17 points. He's one of 3 Warriors in double figures already in this one. James Fisher has 12, and Brett White with 10. On the other side for Lambton, Jerry Wilson with 14 points on 5 of 9 shooting. Important to note, the Lambton Lions playing without a couple members of their normal rotation here today, including Albin Gashi, Alex Yaboa, Javante Griffith, and Tutu Jingati. They were unable to make the trip across the border here today for this matchup. So again, Lambton doing their best to hang around here today. A reminder that about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one, the women's matchup between the Warriors and the Lions will get going. We'll have that for you here on the Rochester Christian Sports Network with yours truly on the call of the action. The Warriors women out on the floor now, getting up some early shots. Important note for those of you that will stick with us in that game later on today, looks like Amari Martin was getting up some shots just a few moments ago, but not doing so is Grace Lotus. Those two have not made an appearance here at home yet this season. Two of the captains this year for the Warriors that they have been without. We'll see if they suit up later on today against Lambton. But again, at the half in the men's contest, 49-38. We'll step aside on the halftime coverage from Garth Pleasant Arena. This is the RC Sports Network.
What I've learned the most from golf is to have integrity in everything you say and do.
One of the biggest lessons of that sports impacts my daily life is discipline.
Being a champion of character, it just means to realize first that you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Being a part of NAIA is something that I'm going to keep with me forever because it's not only made me a better athlete, but it's made me a better person.
The NAIA really just cares about their student athletes and just the experience in general at the school. And I think that's really important.
The NAIA stands for, has great core values. One that's most important to me is servant leadership. Being able to serve your community is a huge reason why I chose the NAIA.
I am a champion of character.
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 Stephen McDonald here with you inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. 49-38 our halftime score. And while we have a moment, take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Warriors after this one. On Monday, they'll head out to Saginaw Valley State for an exhibition with the Cardinals. Then they'll return home for a couple games. On November 8th and 9th, it'll be the Faith Works Classic here at Garth Pleasant Arena. They'll take on St. Francis and IU Northwest. And then on November 15th and 16th, it'll be the JBA Classic here at Garth Pleasant Arena. They'll take on Marion and Mount Vernon Nazarene. That's the upcoming schedule for the Warriors. But again, 20 minutes left in this one. They lead at 49-38 at the half. We'll step aside. Second half just moments away on the Rochester Christian Sports Network.
What I've learned the most from golf is to have integrity in everything you say and do.
One of the biggest lessons of that sports impacts my daily life is discipline.
Be a champion of character, it just means to realize first that you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Being a part of NAIA is something that I'm going to keep with me forever because it's not only made me a better athlete, but it's made me a better person.
The NAIA really just cares about their student athletes and just the experience in general at the school, and I think that's really important.
The NAIA stands for, has great core values. One that's most important to me is servant leadership. Being able to serve your community is a huge reason why I chose the NAIA.
I am a champion of character.
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 Second half between the Warriors and the Lions, about 5 minutes away. Both teams have come back out on the floor, get some warm-up shots in before the second half gets going. A shout out to all of you that are joining us on the Rochester Christian Sports Network, wherever you may be watching from. And also a shout out to Warriors women's basketball player and captain, Angelina Haysha, who helped us out up here on the broadcast in our first half of action. Doing a bit of double duty today as she'll be in action with the women's team later on today against Lambton. So again, appreciate her help up here on the broadcast. Couple more stats from that first 20 minutes of play. Both sides turned it over 6 times, but really did a good job of limiting the points off turnovers, just 5 points off turnovers going either way. The Warriors do have a +8 advantage in rebounding, 18-10. Warriors dished out 13 assists in that first half on their 19 field goals. 10 assists on 14 field goals for Lambton. Both teams doing an excellent job of sharing the basketball so far in this one. Brody Parker, 17 first half points on 5 of 8 shooting, including 4 of 5 from downtown. Jerry Wilson on the other side, 14 points on 5 of 9 shooting, 4 of 7 from 3-point range. James Fisher and Brett White, the other 2 Warriors in double figures. Gunnar Walters, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. Has attempted just 4 shots so far in this one, but doing what he does best, which is distributing the basketball. A year ago, averaged just about 5.5 assists per game, had 13 games of 7 or more assists, had 10 in this matchup a season ago, had 8 a weekend ago against Oakland. So Gunnar Walters, no stranger to dishing out the assists, again has 7 through the first half of action as the Warriors lead it 49-38. We'll step aside one final time, and the second half between the Warriors and Lions coming up next. Halftime now concluded inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. Second half just about set to get going. Stephen McDonald here with you. Warriors in that first 20 minutes shot it an astounding 63%, going 66.7% from three, 6 out of 9 in that category. Second half underway. Lions will begin with it. Swing it this way, driving against Brett White. Shot didn't fall, didn't matter. They call a travel on Hallward. First possession for the Warriors, zip it down low, extra pass in the paint looking for Fisher, and then he runs over a Lambton player on the far side. Looks like that was Corey King that took the hit. Ball goes out of bounds into the Warriors bench. Turnover goes back to Lambton. So now both teams turning it over to begin the second half. That gives each side 7 turnovers for the game. Pass looking down low inside, possible 2-on-2 the other way. White on the accelerator, leans back, doesn't go. Farrow battling for the miss. It's tapped out for Corey King. And taking the extra step was Hallward. Back-to-back possessions where Hallward's gotten it and traveled with it. Lob for Fisher, up high and throws it down. Stepping into a 3 off the curl was Wilson. Up the floor it goes on the stretch for Gunnar Walters, left it short on the finish. Wilson tries to get to the elbow, turns it back outside for Corey King. 4 possessions so far this half for Lambton. They've got 3 turnovers and a missed 3-pointer. Straight away it goes for Hallward. Underhand flip shot, no, that was contested by Fisher at the rim. On the run comes Brett White. Goes up, comes up short as he goes down to the floor, no whistle. As we're just over 2 minutes in. Free throw line jump shot comes up short by Wilson. Our only basket of this second half so far, 2 minutes and 15 seconds in, was the alley-oop throwdown by James Fisher. Here comes Brody Parker, stops, goes up, got it away to Fisher, who can't finish. That was a tough look, had to turn and try to put it up in air. Just didn't get enough on it. And the slow start from both sides continues. Going down to the baseline, kick it outside through the hands of Owen Newell. Another turnover by Lambton. That's already number 4 on this half. Brett White handles the basketball, goes straight away for Parker. Driving Walters, back outside, Parker for 3. Rare miss for Brody Parker as Jerry Wilson just disposes of him on the other side of half court. Whistle and a grab on the Warriors. This will be our first foul of the second half. Clock stops with 16:47 to go. That'll be the second on Brett White. Hallward with it, gives it off to Newell, into the corner back as the three is off by Hallward. Here's Farrow, driving right-handed hook, doesn't go. Just kind of pushed it off to the left. Underhand shovel pass that was blocked by Brett White. Follow-up goes for Owen Newell. And that is the first tally of the second half for the Lions. As Fisher turns back, tries to float one up, doesn't go off the heel, but a whistle and a foul. Foul's going to go on Grevers, his first. Team's first. Fisher at the line knocks down the first. Grevers will sit down. Burgess comes in for him. Evander Doxley comes in as well, number 12 for the Lions. Both free throws go for Fisher. Fisher showing some excellent shooting stroke to begin the season at the free throw line. Trying to poke that ball free was Brody Parker. Fisher 4 out of 4 at the free throw line so far today, has 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Lions have 5 to shoot, get it into the corner for a corner three. That's off the back. Just about 4.5 minutes into our second half. Send it outside, Brett White for three. Off the front of the iron, offensive rebound Fisher. Back it out with Walters. Farrow going baseline, layup good. Warriors lead out to 15. It's 55-40. $15-19 to go in the basketball game. Again, a reminder that the women's competition between the Warriors and the Lambton Lions will tip off just about a half hour after the conclusion of this one. But the Warriors lead by 15. We'll step aside on your home for Warriors basketball. $15-19 to go in the game. Warriors 55 and the Lions 40. Brody Parker 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. James Fisher up to 16 and 6 rebounds, also with 2 assists. Brett White 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Dustin Farrow knocked down a baseline layup just a moment ago before our timeout. Has 6 points and 3 rebounds on 3 of 4 shooting. Out of the timeout, send it out high to Jerry Wilson. Wilson 14 points. As this ball is knocked out of bounds on the baseline, will stay at this end with 14 to shoot. Newell drives, leaves it on the baseline, lay in good by Doxley. First shot and first basket for Doxley. Working his way in is James Fisher. count the basket for Fisher and the blocking foul to boot. Fisher will shoot the extra free throw when we come back. Looks like the foul's on Burgess. That'll be his first and the team's second. 14:39 to go in the game, 57-42 Warriors. Fisher will shoot one on the other side.
The value of champions character across all institutions is a message that we can all get behind.
The purpose behind Champions of Character is to have that student-athlete experience be one of growth.
Men's basketball on campus, we make sure that we give back with a smile and with a purpose.
Our goal as coaches is for our players to leave being better men, better husbands, better fathers, and better members in their community.
NAIA is Champions of Character.
$14:39 to go in the basketball game. Warriors lead it 57-42. Again, out of the timeout in a moment. James Fisher will shoot one free throw. Got the lay-in to go. And then the foul by Clayton Burgess. Lambton playing without a couple members of its normal rotation this afternoon, including Albin Gashi, Alex Yaboa, Javante Griffith, and Tutu Jingati. In fact, you go back to this matchup a season ago between these two teams, the only players that appeared in this game for the Lions were Jerry Wilson and Albin Gashi, but Gashi, of course, not here today. So just Jerry Wilson was the only player on this current Lambton squad that played in this game last season. Fisher knocks down the free throw out of the timeout to complete the three-point play. Offensive foul goes against Doxley, his first, team's third. And again, the second half turnovers by Lambton have been a story, as cutting towards the rim was Brody Parker, couldn't turn and put it home. And then a carry by Lambton, just adding insult to injury. Fisher and Polatoglu out there together again. Saw that look back in the first half as going in. Can't get the shot to go. Hitting the deck was Walters. He wanted a call, doesn't get it. This ball's knocked out of bounds and will stay at this end. They'll say that Dustin Farrow was the last to touch it. And you can't see it from this view inside the arena, but the Warriors women heading into the tunnel underneath us. Looks like they'll begin their pregame warm-ups out in the hallway, as we're about 13:54 from this one wrapping up, and then their game will get going about 30 minutes after this one's done. Send it cross court. Driving, lost the handle, nearly turned it over. Going down to the floor to get it was Brody Parker. And what is the call here, as head coach Clint Pleasant came all the way out as Brody Parker went diving out on the floor to get that loose ball. Looks like he got a timeout as Parker came away with it. And that is the call. Timeout Warriors trying to get possession there with 13:35 remaining. They've got the 58-42 advantage. We'll take the timeout with them on the RC Sports Network.
The value of champions character across all institutions is a message that we can all get behind.
The purpose behind Champions of Character is to have that student-athlete experience be one of growth.
Men's basketball on campus, we make sure that we give back with a smile and with a purpose.
Our goal as coaches is for our players to leave being better men, better husbands, better fathers, and better members in their community.
NAIA is Champions of Character.
Warriors called time as Brody Parker went down to the floor at the logo at center court to get possession for Rochester Christian. Coach Pleasant called time to get his team the ball. And during that timeout, Gunnar Walters having a discussion with one of our officials as just before the timeout, went up for a shot in the paint, got knocked down, thought there should have been a call there, there wasn't. So having a word with the official about the no call there. But as we step back into the action, it'll be Warriors basketball sideline out just in front of us. 13:35 remaining. Warriors 55 and Lambton 58-42. Float it to Fisher. Pivots. Dumps it off Polatoglu. Who got it? Again, bit of a different look for the Warriors, playing both Fisher and Polatoglu simultaneously. Not something that, going back to last season, we're accustomed to seeing. Usually they get those split reps. Far side corner three is off the heel. Both of them almost fought for the rebound on the way down. Stretch it up the floor looking for Farrow. That's tapped away by Doxley. Warriors countering a bit of size by Lambton as they have Herb Gary in there as the feed baseline for Farrow. Shot no, whistle and a foul. And they also have their other big, Tyler Grevers, out there. So Warriors just trying to match big for big right now with how Lambton is lining up. Farrow at the free throw line hits the first. Stretches that lead out just a little bit more, 61-42, 12 and 51 remaining. Stephen McDonald here with you. Second free throw, needed some help from the rim, but it goes down. Two at the line for Dustin Farrow. Those are his first two free throws of the afternoon. Farrow up to 8 points, also has 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Lucas Brannon checks in. Looks like it's Fisher who takes a seat. Polatoglu still out there. Polatoglu got a hand on it, but following it up was Grevers for 2. Turning with it goes Brett White. He'll get wrapped up and fouled by Doxley. That'll be the second on Doxley, team's 5th. On the inbound pass by Walters, looks like we have another whistle. Sixth foul on Lambton. Foul goes on Herb Gary. That'll be his second. Shot no good by the Warriors. Push it up the floor for Doxley. Extra pass, and the lay-in's good by Herb Gary. "12 minutes to play. Warriors by 16 and make it 18 as Brody Parker scores. Straight away, Edwards. Stutter steps, fades back, won't get the shot to fall. Brody Parker taps the rebound to Polatoglu. Parker driving, off glass, no. Offensive rebound, Polatoglu had it rejected. Foul goes against Brody Parker. That'll be just his first, team's third.
And for Lambton will be number 10.
Reset the floor for you here, 11:27 to go. It's Parker, Walters, and Brannon, the guards. Brett White on the wing, and Stavros Polatoglu, the forward. On the floor for Lambton, looks like Herb Gary, A.J. Edwards, and they're checking on something over at the scorer's table, having a discussion with the Lambton sideline. And the discussion going on, at least from what we can gather in the arena, is a player for Lambton checked in wearing number 10. There's not a number 10 on the roster. Corey King wears number 9. A.J. Edwards wears number 11. Again, there's no listed number 10 on the Lambton roster that was submitted to us before the game, so that appears to be what that conversation was about. A free throw was knocked down by Gunnar Walters, 65-46. And number 10 for Lambton was taken off the floor. Brannon on the run, laying good. 2 points for Lucas Brannon. So on the floor officially for Lambton, Gary, Edwards, Avalo, and Grevers. Brannon attacking again and scoring. Couple really nice takes there by the freshman Brannon. And when talking prior to the season with assistant coach Quinn Rice, as that floater does not go, in talking about Lucas Brannon, says he's a lengthier guard and is a good finisher at the rim, and we've seen on his last 2 takes, definitely knows how to get downhill to the rim and knows how to finish once he gets there. 69-48 with 10-11 to go in the game. Owen Pepino, number 33 for Lambton, comes in. So after we get those lineup situations figured out, as knocking down the 3 is A.J. Edwards. The lineup for Lambton right now, Carruthers, Edwards, Avalo, Burgess, and Pepino. White, backing his way in, goes up and had it stripped, but a whistle and a foul on the way up. The 5 for the Warriors is Brannon, Brett White, Gunnar Walters, Polatoglu, and Fisher out there as well. Warriors are now in the bonus with 9:41 to go in our basketball game. They lead at 69-51. Timeout on the floor. We'll take the timeout too from Garth Pleasant Arena. This is the RC Sports Network. in the bonus with 9:41 to go. They lead at 69-51 as they host the Lambton Lions. Game 1 of 2 on the day between these two schools. The women's game will get going about 30 minutes after this one wraps up. Stephen McDonald here with you, and for Lambton, shooting at 40.8% in this one, 39% from three-point range. That's right about where they've been this season from three-point range. Came in at 38%. Brett White knocks down a free throw out of the timeout as he was fouled on a two-point try before the break. Lambton playing somewhat depleted in this one as the second free throw does fall. They came into this one without some of their regular rotation players, including Albin Gashi, Alex Yaboa, Javante Griffith, and Tutu Jingati. Then just a couple minutes ago, tried to sub a player in wearing number 10. Only problem is they didn't have a number 10 listed on their roster, so they were subsequently brought back out of the game. And just as we take a look out on the floor, back into the game is number 10. Leave it for Fisher, and he throws it down. Fisher with the flush. Second time this half we've seen him get up to the rim. Wild shot on the move. That was Herb Gary. Brannon for three. Clangs off the rim. Offensive rebound, Pulatoglu. He'll turn, runs it around, and down. Eight and a half to go in the basketball game. Warriors 75, Lambton 51. Galloping through the lane goes Herb Gary. His shot rims out. Away with it comes Brett White. Again, Warriors in the bonus the rest of the way. We'll see how aggressive they want to be. Pulatoglu lobs it inside for Brett White, off the glass, and got it. For Brett White, he has 14 and 7 rebounds. James Fisher now a game-high 21 on 8 of 10 shooting, also has 7 rebounds. Extra pass into the far right corner it goes. That shot doesn't catch anything, but the Warriors accidentally tap it out of bounds as Brannon tried to control it, lost it on the baseline. Pulatoglu and Walters check out. Baseline inbound, 7 to shoot. To trigger in four to shoot. On the ball defensively was Farrow. Forced the missed shot. Parker thought about it, gave it up just above the free throw line to James Fisher. Parker reversing, won't go. Rebound, Papino, taken away by Fisher. He'll go up, no, but a bump and a foul. Burgess gets tagged with his second. Warriors in the bonus. James Fisher will shoot free throws. First one's good. Fisher has been excellent at the free throw line. Second one goes as well. That one was absolutely beautiful. 6 out of 6 for him at the line. Check that, 7 out of 7 for James Fisher at the free throw line. Laying at the other end doesn't drop. but a whistle and a foul. Brannon gets hit with the foul, just his first, team's fourth. First free throw goes in. Brian Avallo at the free throw line, 7:03 to go in the game, knocks down both. And even despite missing a handful of their regular players in this basketball game, Lambton's still running out 13 players as Brody Parker knocks down the deuce. Brannon tried to step in front of that pass. Lambton hangs onto it with 15 to shoot. In tight on the baseline, had 3 defenders on him, got the shot away, doesn't go. Parker in transition, leaves it to Fisher. Now a 2-on-2 the other way, off glass. Shot doesn't go, whistle and a blocking foul. Looks like they'll get Brannon. If it is on number 9, that'll be his second. It is on Brannon, that's his second, team's fifth. At the line, knocking down the first is Jackson Hallward. Warriors will send in George Rashotka, one of the seniors on this Warriors team, as Hallward sinks them both. (81-55) Warriors, as they've got a couple freshmen out on the floor. Brannon, one of them, goes into the paint, goes up. Shot doesn't go, but another foul will be called on Lambton. They're going with Gould, Farrow, and Brannon, all freshmen. And they're out there with Fisher and Rashotka. 5:51 to go in the game, 81-55. Brannon a chance to add on at the free throw line. Has 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Knocks home the first free throw. First free throws of the day for Lucas Brannon. Has one more coming at the line. Bends the knees up with the second. That one's good as well. And as we're just a couple minutes away from this game going final, Avallo steps back at the elbow, pass intercepted by Farrow. Warriors' next game will be on Monday as driving in goes Farrow, 4-2. They'll head out to Saginaw Valley State, take on the Cardinals at 7 p.m. Eastern. Then they'll come back home for 4 games, take on St. Francis on Friday the 8th and IU Northwest on the 9th. Then on the 15th and 16th, they'll take on Marion and Mount Vernon Nazarene. We'll have all of those games for you right here on the RC Sports Network. 5:12 to go in the game, 85-55. Warriors making a substitution. Into the game is Jeremy Neal, number 4. Avallo triples from the far side. So it's Gould, Neal, Brannon, Rashatka, and Polatoglu on the floor for the Warriors with 4:40 remaining. Whistle and a foul down low. Looks like Polatoglu will step to the free throw line. For Lambton, it's King, Doxley, Avalo, Hallward, and again, don't know who number 10 is for Lambton. First free throw's good by Polatoglu. One out of two at the line for Polatoglu. Offensive rebound for Gould. He goes up. Shot doesn't go, but a whistle and a foul. Polatoglu goes 1 out of 2 at the line on his opportunity. Gould will get a chance for 2 at the line himself with 4:36 remaining. We've got a timeout on the floor. And this will be big for the Warriors going forward this season if their two bigs can shoot a high percentage at the free throw line. Fisher 7 out of 7 at the free throw line today. He's got 23 points and 7 rebounds. Polatoglu 5 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Went 1 out of 2 on his only trip to the line just a moment ago. But again, that'll be big for the Warriors this season if their bigs can make good at the free throw line. Warriors have shot at 55.4% for the game. They're 46% from three-point range, going just below 82% at the free throw line as a team. They're 18 out of 22 and have done a solid job in limiting turnovers. They have 9. Lambton has 15. Lambton in just this second half has 9 turnovers. And the Warriors, mentioned a year ago, had a plus 20 edge in rebounding last season in this matchup. They're plus 9 here today. Warriors on their 31 field goals have assisted on 20 of those. They've also blocked 6 shots. James Fisher mentioned those 23 points, 7 rebounds, has 3 of those 20 assists. Brody Parker, 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Brett White and Dustin Farrow, the other Warriors in double figures. White has 14 and 7 rebounds. Farrow knocks down the free throw. That should give him 11. One more at the line. Correction, that was Ashton Gould at the free throw line. He does knock down both. Dustin Farrow was the other Warrior in double figures as mentioned. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Solid afternoon for the freshman. Eight to shoot for Lambton. Extra pass into the corner for 3. That's offline. Rashatka picks it out of the air. Neal, corner pocket 3. That hits off the side of the backboard. And that ball rolls out with 4 minutes exactly remaining, 88-58. It'll be a left corner inbound for the Warriors with George Rashatka. He's out there with Gould, Neal, Polatoglu, and Brannon. Brannon stops at the elbow, pops, and fills it. Warriors last season won this matchup 116-59. That's a long 3 on the way by Carruthers. That was off the heel. Gould wants a 3 from the wing. That's too strong. Rebound pulled down by Corey King. Avalo from the corner. Rebound tapped and controlled by Brannon. from the corner, takes a couple dribbles. Long two doesn't go. Got his own miss, puts it off glass, and puts it down. Excellent job by Jeremy Neal to follow his own miss. Just stuck with the play. Reverse the basketball. Three on the way. Not going to go. Couple misses from the outside in these last few possessions by Parker Carruthers. Gould steps through, leaves it for Polatoglu, who lays it in at the rim. Warriors looking to put the exclamation point on. Coach Pleasant, taking a look across the floor, is going to empty his bench at the next whistle. King for three, and it's through. Warriors will use a substitution timeout to empty their bench with 2:09 to go. 94-61, Warriors in control. They were up at the half, 49-38, but they have pulled away here in the second half, outscoring Lambton 45-23 in this second half. And we go back to how this second half started. In those first couple possessions for Lambton, turned it over 4 times in about their first 6 possessions. And that's really what allowed the Warriors to increase their lead and never look back. Inside of 2 minutes to go, here's A.J. Edwards. Bounce pass goes to Herb Gary. He tries to get to the baseline, sends it back outside into the corner. It goes for three. Ring it in. Hallward triples. That's his first 3-point make of the day. Give him 7 points on the day. Outside, backing his way in, throws it to the corner, nobody there. Pass was intended for Lucian Milligan. Edwards hangs inside the paint, won't go. Raul Jackson cleans up the miss. Driving and getting fouled, Trey Walker the third. Out there for the Warriors, Roland Vince, Cyrus Watkins, Trey Walker III, Raul Jackson, and Lucian Milligan. Walker III at the free throw line. One more coming for him as he knocks down the second. Final minute of play from Garth Pleasant Arena, 95-64. Warriors looking to get their first win on the young season in this, their first regular season game. Last week's game against Oakland, of course, an exhibition matchup with the Division I Golden Grizzlies. Clock stops with 46.8 to go. Stephen McDonald here with you. A reminder as the Warriors women have entered the tunnel across the way from us. Their game will start just about a half hour after this one wraps up here in a second. We'll have that for you right here on the RC Sports Network. Our pregame coverage will take place just about 10 minutes before tip-off and take you up to the opening tip. Whistle and a stoppage as the shot clock gets turned off here. 28.6 seconds to go. Lucian Milligan will inbound far sideline. Inbound comes to Trey Walker III. There's about a 4-second difference between clocks, so the Warriors will have to do something with this possession unless they just decide to sit on it and take the shot clock violation. Here's Walker III crossing over with 5 to shoot. He'll go in and have it blocked out of bounds with 2 to shoot and 6.2 to go in the game. Walker III will inbound. Again, 2 seconds to shoot for the Warriors. We'll see what they can do with it. And they'll throw it away into the bench. Pass was intended for Milligan over there. Final 6 seconds, trying to push it up the floor just above the free throw line. Too strong off the heel. Offensive rebound goes back up and in at the buzzer. Official says count the 2. As it looks like Herb Gary will finish this one out with 2. But it's the Warriors coming away with the 95-66 win on their home floor. Get some final stats in this one before we sign off. Again, the women's competition will take place just about 30 minutes from now. Warriors shoot at 53% for the game. They go 40% from three-point range and very strong, 21 of 26 at the free throw line. James Fisher, a game-high 23 points, also had 7 rebounds and 3 assists. Brody Parker was the other Warrior above 20 points in this one. He had 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Brett White and Dustin Farrow, the other Warriors in double figures. White finishes with 14 points, 7 rebounds, and Farrow 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. On the other side, for Lambton in the loss, Jerry Wilson, 14 points on 5 of 12 shooting. Started out very strong from beyond the arc. He finishes 4 out of 8 from three-point range. But the Warriors pull away in the second half to the tune of 46-28 in the final 20 minutes of action. And so for SID Hussein Murray, I'm Stephen McDonald saying so long from Garth Pleasant Arena, where the final score one final time is the Rochester Christian Warriors 95 and the Lambton Lions 66. This has been a presentation of the Rochester Christian Sports Network.